thought the adventures can't get any more bizarre. They get more bizarre. Welcome to JoJo Fridays, and I'm here to give you a review of JoJo Golden Wind, episode 13. My god. You see, stands like Man in the Mirror aren't incredibly strong, but because of that, they're incredibly tricky. Almost impossible to escape or to get away from for how intelligent the user and how tricky the stand is. It takes a huge team effort in order to beat someone like this guy because I didn't see any other way they could have done this. It really is a chance of luck for these stand users to come together to actually fight off the Man in the Mirror. As Abakio said himself, it doesn't have a lot of strength. Using Man in the Mirror, getting pulled in, pulled out of the mirror takes a lot of strength from the user itself. So Abakio coming to it thinking that he could just easily get the key was a big mistake. Anywhere there's a piece of the mirror that reflects on it is already welcome into the world as long as the user gives it its permission to do so. As he's dragging him in, Abakio of course using his Monday Blues in order to stop it. But however, that too counter-strike. But the usefulness of his stand is rewind. The point where he can even cut off his own hand and just to rewind the stand to where he came from before, trying to give it to Jiraiya. Smart, clever thinking. So in a way, Abakio, it proves how loyal Abakio is himself. But there's two different kinds of loyalty here. There's people who follow orders to a T kind of loyalty, blind faith. Then there is that loyalty where you'll stand by someone, but yet at the same time, you'll give them advice. You'll show them a different and better way to do something. Two different kinds of loyalties. It reminds me of a movie of Legion I once watched where God was trying to destroy the world and one of the angels fought back. And he said, you gave him what he wanted. I gave him what he needed. Which is a perfect example between Jiraiya and Abakio. Abakio was going to give Bruno what he wanted, to get the key, to accomplish the mission by any means necessary, where Jiraiya was going to give him what he needed instead. Not only to get the key, but also make sure that all three of them get out of it alive, some way or form, so they can continue to help them protecting their daughter down the road. But there's still more assassinating stand users out there. They're still after them. And the more numbers, the better. Because these stands, especially them being assassins, aren't going to be easy whatsoever. So that being said, Gino's master plan of using Purple Haze, which I said is an extremely dangerous stand, a stand I don't even want. In fact, I don't even want Man in the Mirror. It seems like it takes a lot of tricks to use it. I guess when you do get it down, it is pretty fun, but I don't see no point in it. It does remind me of one of my own character, on my own OCs I created in the past, where she used reflections of light through the mirror to transfer herself through light matter, and where she can go into the mirror anywhere she wants to. She can also use that power to also reflect on other mirrors to create a very extremely hot sunbeam to tackle an opponent. I need to get back to that comic, by the way, and create it. It's not high haters, man. It's so busy. But back to JoJo. That's what you're here for, anyways. Jiraiya using Purple Haze. Of course, you can't control Purple Haze because it's a stand that needs direction. It needs to be commanded. It's not a stand of extreme intelligence. In fact, it's pretty stupid. So because of that, it needed some way to find where the opponent is. And using the snake as a break was genius. Really genius. Because they can find Purple Haze. Now, some people thought, yes, in order for the power of Purple Haze to be activated, it needs to break one of the things on his knuckles. So we all thought, it just needed to punch. All it needed to do was punch in order to do that. No. The rule is it only needs to break. So it can break by any means necessary. So it don't just have to be punching, it can just drop off his hand and just break just like that. No one said anything else like that. So therefore, it makes it stand very dangerous and nearly impossible to get to. And the only way to really avoid its effects is to actually find some serum for it. But that only will work only within the mirror realm. Because he was outside, the snake is immune to the poison. Because of that, Jiraiya was able to create a serum in order to help cure himself. Of course, it still hurts like hell, but hey, at least he'll live. Now, Man in the Mirror, in my opinion, had a cool design. It's a very tricky stand, but yet again, it reminded me of a former stand in the past that also used mirror attacks. And I would rather have that one in the past than Man in the Mirror. It doesn't really interest me that much. It was a tricky stand, I did say a lot in this video, but nonetheless, I would prefer something better, something more personal in a way, or at least distance, something I'm able to control a lot better. I'm not really caring much for strength within the stand, but more of the abilities and tricks I can use to get away with something instead. That would be a lot more interesting when it comes to a stand. Other than that, what I was really impressed was the teamwork and thinking that it took in order to take this dude down, making sure he does exactly what you hope they do. By being affected by purple haze, the stranger decided to leave the mirror world, but however, him thinking he can come back just because he's trapped by purple haze didn't really work out in his favor. And because of that, now he is disintegrated. That dude's gone. He's freaking butter, like that one guy from Danganronpa. He's got turned to butter. That's all it is. So, with stand like Purple Haze, I wonder how well he'll be able to use it, unless he's able to use it against people only his enemies and everyone else is away. That's the only way I can see Hugo really using stand. Anywhere else is nearly impossible since they're always together. So I think I'll keep Hugo in a distance where we can at least get him alone with the stand user and then use his stand to kill him. But it's not about food. It's mostly about Juno and stuff. So back to the Abakio thing. Abakio in a way, I guess like I said before, Abakio is so uptight on Juno because they're the exact opposites, but yet they're the same. Like I said before, Abakio probably sees him past self within Juno, where Juno has the strong sense of justice and has not yet been corrupted by the world, unlike Byakuya, where he took the bribe and it ruined his life ever since then. And because of that, he's always been dead inside, and he was willing to even kill himself in order to accomplish the mission with guys with great divine authority, which he sees in Bruno. That being said, Juno also has strong compassion and sense of justice, but however, he's not willing to sacrifice himself to do it, but instead he's willing to take the risk in order to help him and his friends out, in order to accomplish the mission at the same time. And I gotta say, good job for Juno. He really, once again, even gained the respect of Fugo. Fugo just saw him as a newbie who was just taking extreme risks, but he's able to do those risks because he wants to do better for the team itself. So therefore, it gained a new respect and a more closer bonding with Juno. So yeah, this was a very good episode. Not as good as Little Feat versus Aerosmith, but it was still pretty okay. It kept me entertained. And when doesn't JoJo ever keeps you entertained? For God's sake, it's JoJo. So anyways, just like after this video, I need to wrap it up. Getting pretty tired, I just want to take a rest now. So anyways, if you've enjoyed JoJo and you like this video, rate, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you get notified. This is Madcrownxox, signing out. Have a good one.